Hey y'all, welcome back to Shona D Handmade. So what we're going to do today is work on the next step after learning how to create your foundation chain. This is for extreme beginners. It's going to be very slow. I'm going to repeat myself. And this is for those who want it to feel like they're having a one-on-one lesson. So let's get started. From the previous video, we learned the materials to buy. We learned how to hold our yarn in tension. We learned how to create a slip knot and to create a foundation chain. So since we're done with that lesson, let's go ahead and work on what happens when we're ready to start um, a row of stitches. Okay, so I'm going to make 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the next row, you have to know exactly which stitch you're going to be working with. So you want to chain up to the height of the stitch of the following row. So for instance, if I'm going to do a row of double crochet, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This 3 chain here, depending on if you're following a pattern, can stand for a double crochet. To follow that, you're going to go into the 4th chain and start your double crochet stitches going all the way across. If this 3 chain stitch right here, double crochet, stands in for a stitch, then you put a double crochet in every chain after that. It should be a total of 11 stitches. So let's get started with that. So we have the 3 chains to stand in for a double crochet. Then we're going to double crochet. The way you double crochet is you yarn over, you insert your hook into the 4th chain. So which one is the 4th? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your 4th chain. Look at the bumps at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, into whichever part of that bump is the 4th chain bump. Then you're going to yarn over again, pull that yarn through the chain to the other side of the chain. Now you have 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again. Okay, pull that yarn through 1, 2 loops. Now you have 2 loops left on your chain. Then you're going to yarn over again and pull that yarn through these 2 loops right here. Okay, now you have 1, 2 stitches on your foundation chain. Let's do another one. Let's do another double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the following chain. Now you don't want to go into this chain. You just did a loop, a stitch inside of this chain. I'm going to yarn over and go into the next chain over, which is this bump right here. Insert your hook and then yarn over again and pull that yarn to the other side of the chain. Okay, now you have 3, 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again, pull that yarn through 2 of the loops. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over again and pull that yarn to the other side of those last 2 loops. And you're down to 1 loop on your hook. Please be mindful of your tension. I know that it's been a while since I posted about tension, but if you've been working on chains this entire time, which probably not this entire time, but if you've been working on your chains, then you have some sort of idea what your tension is going to look like. So now I'm going to go into the next chain on my foundation chain. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, do this very slowly, insert my hook into that chain. Okay, some people go into this bottom part of the chain, whichever way. This little V shape right here, boop, boop, is the whole entire chain. You can go into whichever part of the chain you like. Insert your hook, yarn over again, pull through the yarn to the other side of the chain. Then you yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. I'm going to do it one more good time for you, and then we're going to count how many stitches we have on our foundation chain. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the next loop, not this right here, not this. This isn't it. This is the next chain right here. Insert your hook after that, yarn over, insert your hook. Then you're going to yarn over again, pull that yarn to the other side. Okay, see my hand here is making sure I'm holding on to my loops that are on the hook. So now I have 1, 2, 3 loops. I yarn over again, pull through 2, and I yarn over again, pull through 2. Okay, all right. So let's count how many stitches we have so far. The first 3 chain counts as a double crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5. And I said we're going to end up with 11. Let's put a chain into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 6 chains, and we're going to come up with a total of 11. This is how you keep count of how many stitches belong on this particular row. Okay, so I'm coming up to the last chain on my foundation chains, and I'm going to put a double crochet the way that I showed you. Okay, pull that loop up some. Now we're at the end of that row. Okay, now we're going to count how many stitches we have on this row. Look at the top. The top usually helps you out when you're talking about how many stitches you have on a row. These V shapes, just like the chain, are each individual stitches. But we have to remember to count this 3 chain in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, the top of that right there counts as your first stitch. So you got 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have a total of 11 stitches. Now, if you do not have 11 stitches, I would ask if you could start over and make sure that you went into each one of the chains individual and not went into a chain twice or maybe skipped one. This happens. If you're a beginner, feel free to make mistakes. You're always going to make some kind of mistakes. Even those who've been crocheting for years and years will still find some type of mistake. But if you're still in the beginning, this is your opportunity to change and make this make your count correct, especially if you're following a pattern. So how am I going to start the next row? Now, those who have been crocheting for a very long time are not going to like this technique, but if you are absolutely a beginner and you just bought yarn and a hook for the first time, then this is for you. Okay. So sometimes a pattern or the way that someone would want to crochet would chain 3 and turn, or turn and chain 3. It's the same basic steps. So the same way we started our row with 3 chains, that's the way we're going to start the next row. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we turn our work, right? Now remember, this 3 chain in this instance counts as a double crochet. So you don't want to go into this particular stitch to do your next double crochet, because then that would be 2 here. Then you add it up to the end, it'll have a total of 12 stitches. So skip this right here. Skip this part, go into the next stitch. When you have stitches, you can go into the entire stitch itself instead of just doing one loop. This would be a back loop stitch. This would be a front loop stitch. We want to go into the whole entire thing, this opening right here. So let's go ahead and start a double crochet. You yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch. Hope you can see it's in there, inside. It's not hard to find once you do it the first time. Yarn over, pull through to the other side of that stitch. Now you have 3, 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, is directly, your stitch is directly on top of the previous double crochet in the row in front of this one, behind it, or after, before it. Okay, so we have 1, 2. When we get to the end, we should have a total of 11. So let's double crochet inside of the next one. Let me show you that again. See this top part right here, this V shape, boop, boop. You're putting your hook through the entire thing, which is underneath it, inside of there. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through to the other side. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that one more time together. Yarn over. This is a double crochet stitch we're doing. Insert your hook in there. Okay, so you see it on the other side. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 stitches. Don't pull this stitch too high, or it'll look a little bigger than the rest of them. So to keep your tension, you want to keep that hook and that yarn close to that base of this particular row that we're on. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. Please be mindful of your tension. And we're going to do another one. Yarn over, insert your hook into, you see how it's starting to look the same? Each stitch is going to look the same at the top. Insert. We're not doing this. We're not going into the back loop. Okay. We're not going into the front loop. Okay. We're going into the entire stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm going to finish this row, because I know our beginners are like, okay, I get it. So let's get to the end. And this is where a lot of people get lost, because they forget, if they're not counting, how many stitches they're supposed to have on this row, and that this 3 chain counts as a double crochet in the previous row. Get your hook in there, however you can get it in that top chain. Let me do that again. Let me go back. Let me rewind. See this 3 chain we did? 1, 2, 3. You can go inside that chain, yarn over, insert, boop. However you insert, I insert to make sure there's a V at the top. Yarn over, pull through to the other side, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now let's count these stitches. We should have a total of 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, let me count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have a total of 11 stitches. It's funny that I couldn't count the first time, but believe me, you're gonna question your kindergarten counting skills when you really get into crochet. Imagine if this was 127 stitches. Like, how many times do you think you're gonna count it in order to make sure it's right? Anywho, let's start again to the third row, and this will be the last one for this particular video. I hope that you guys like, share, and subscribe, and keep following for more extremely beginner tips. Okay, so what are we going to do for the next row? We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to turn our work. Okay, turn our work. Pull some of this yarn out. Remember, we're not going in here. Nope, there's already a stitch here. We're counting this 3 chain as a double crochet. So we're going into the next stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull it through to the other side. Okay, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into this stitch right here, all the way in. Boop, yarn over, pull over, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm hoping that everyone is truly getting this. Sometimes people are counting while they're crocheting. Some people wait till they get to the end of the row to start counting. And then there's some people who will use a stitch marker for every single stitch to make sure that they put out the right amount of stitches. It be like that sometimes. We don't judge. We just figure out our own ways to get it together. Okay. And then we're going to get to the end. Now, some people stop here and then they go to the next row, and then they go to the next row and they're like, I don't know exactly what happened. It's not shaped like a blah, blah, blah anymore. And it's because we're usually skipping that last chain 3 stitch that counts as a double crochet. And sometimes our chain 3 is just so tight that we miss it. And it would be easy to ignore if we were not paying attention that our chain 3 in this instance counts as a double crochet. So let's count how many stitches we have on this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. I hope this helps you guys. If you have any other questions about how to move on to the next row or how to turn your project, feel free to send me a message, comment under this video, or follow me on Instagram, and you can ask as many questions as you like. Okay, thank y'all. Bye.